Let's jump right in. The ultimate tactical solution for surviving your chaotic, high-pressure career, it isn't a new productivity app, and it definitely isn't some trendy management seminar. It is literally the 2,000-year-old diary of a Roman emperor that solves your 2026 problems. In this explainer, we are translating ancient Stoic wisdom into direct, practical armor against modern anxiety, social media addiction, and severe career stress. The source material we're pulling from today is Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. And the crazy thing you have to understand here, Marcus Aurelius did not write this to be published. He wasn't trying to sell copies, he wasn't building a personal brand. These were his strictly private notes. It's a literal survival manual that he wrote in military camps on the grueling, freezing Danubian frontier right while he was fighting off barbarian invasions and dealing with a massive plague. Okay, let's dive into this. Why does a Roman emperor who's been dead for 2 millennia actually matter to you? I want you to step into the mindset of a modern warrior. Sure, the physical battles have changed, but the psychological war for your attention and your sanity, that is exactly the same. Consider this ancient text a high-stakes tactical briefing designed specifically for the battles you're fighting every single day. Sección 1, Tu Diario para el 2026. Translating ancient maxims into modern armor. Section 2, Venciendo el estrés laboral. Let's look at the modern battlefield. What's really interesting about this slide is how it visually cements the absolute fact that human nature and the intense stress it causes hasn't changed a bit since the Roman Empire. Over on the left, Marcus Aurelius is dealing with literal betrayal in the Roman Senate. We're talking generals actually trying to usurp his throne. On the right, your modern equivalent, a colleague stealing credit for your project, or just classic backstabbing in the office. The scale is different, sure, but that psychological blow, it hits exactly the same. So, when faced with that kind of toxicity, Marcus wrote down this incredibly powerful command to himself. La mejor manera de defenderte es no asimilarte a ellos. The best way to defend yourself is to not be like them. Think of this as a direct tactical order. When a toxic boss yells or a coworker acts with total malice, your instinct is to fight fire with fire, right? But Marcus is telling us that your absolute ultimate defense is refusing to mirror their behavior. Because the second you become them to beat them, they've already won. The crucial point here is protecting what Marcus calls your guia interior, your inner guide. He constantly reminds us that external events, like petty office politics or a brutal performance review, literally cannot harm your soul unless you hand over permission. Your guia interior is your rational command center. It completely dictates your reactions. You have to build a fortress around this space and realize that while you absolutely cannot control the chaos outside, you have total, unquestioned authority over this inner citadel. Sección 3. Inmunidad contra las redes. Forging your digital defenses. Just look at this contrast. In Marcus's time, the biggest threat to inner peace was the vanity of Roman society, the endless court gossip, the desperate need for public applause. Today, it's LinkedIn humble brags, Instagram filters, and relentless doom scrolling. The medium has completely changed, but that addiction to public opinion, that anxiety of constantly comparing yourself to others, that is an ancient vulnerability. To combat this, we can pull Marcus's rules of engagement straight from the text. Number 1, don't guess what others are thinking. He explicitly advises against wasting your precious inner peace trying to figure out what someone else is plotting or judging. Number 2, focus strictly on your own actions. Just ensure what you are doing is just and rational. And number 3, realize all fame is fleeting. The applause of the crowd? It's totally empty. I absolutely love this stark, brilliant quote. How many men who were highly celebrated have already been delivered to oblivion? It completely neutralizes the power of likes, retweets, and online validation. I mean, think about it. Marcus Aurelius was the most powerful man on earth, yet he constantly reminded himself that even emperors are eventually forgotten. When you realize that all online fame is ultimately delivered to oblivion, it strips away the anxiety of posting and completely frees you from that toxic digital feedback loop. Sección 4. Conquistando tu ansiedad diaria. Winning the daily battles. Let's move to and see how this builds into a clear, step-by-step tactical protocol for defeating panic. Step 1. Isolate the present moment. Do not let your mind wander to next week's terrifying deadline. Step 2. Strip away the bark. That's the superficial emotional weight we add to things. An email from your boss is just pixels on a screen. It is not a lion attacking you in the wild. Step 3. Consult your guia interior to respond rationally.
rather than just reacting emotionally. Borra la imaginación. Erase your imagination. This is a punchy, direct command straight from the source. Take this as a direct order to yourself right now. Marcus wrote this down to stop himself from suffering over hypothetical futures. Most of your daily anxiety comes from imagining things that literally haven't happened yet, getting fired, failing a project, a pitch going off the rails. By commanding yourself to erase that unhelpful imagination, you force your energy back to the one and only thing you can control, the present task right in front of you. And this quote right here brilliantly illustrates the core Stoic mindset. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. If you walk into your workday expecting a beautifully choreographed, elegant dance where everyone hits their marks perfectly, well, you're going to be miserable. You have to expect the sudden blows of the day. Keep a grounded, warrior-like stance. When a crisis hits, you aren't surprised or thrown off balance. You are simply ready to grapple with it. Section 5. El guerrero corporativo moderno. Cultivating the ultimate mindset. The source text shares an incredible story about Marcus's predecessor and adoptive father, the Emperor Antoninus. On his literal deathbed, when giving the final watchword to his guards, Antoninus chose just one single word: equanimitas, equanimity. This is the ultimate state of balance, calmness, and control. It's the absolute highest ideal Marcus strived for. Amidst the swirling, unpredictable chaos of the modern corporate world, this steady, unbreakable equanimity is the exact state you need to maintain. Marcus paints such a striking image of what this victory looks like. He writes that you should pass through life without violence in your soul, maintaining your deep inner joy even if wild beasts are tearing at you, or, in our modern case, even if the world around you is completely hostile. True victory isn't about silencing your critics or magically fixing every external problem. It's about maintaining your inner composure, your joy, regardless of the deafening noise outside. I want to leave you with this provocative thought, pulled directly from Marcus's notes. He frequently observed how people let their desires, their fears, and the opinions of others just jerk them around like puppets. So here's the ultimate question for you. Will you go through life as a puppet pulled by the strings of external stressors, or will you take absolute command of your inner citadel as a warrior? The choice, just as it was 2,000 years ago, is